CJ, what's it kind of like in the fourth quarter when you kind of get going like that?
It was just a combination of all the work, behind closed doors, coming to fruition. I haven't shot the ball well from 3 all season. We finally had a break where I could work out. Got some good working with Casey. I had my shooting coach come in, and we got some work the last couple nights, me and Bruce. And it felt good. I told my wife, I said, I got to get in the gym while we got a chance, so I'm going to need you to put the kids to sleep without me, and I'll be back later tonight. So it's a sacrifice all the way around, just to get some extra work and get some extra reps in. It's nice to see the ball go in. It's nice to be able to come off and feel like when I shoot it, it's going to go in just because of the work. So it was a good fourth quarter. And I wish it was a great fourth quarter. We didn't get enough stops, a couple offensive rebounds, some turnovers. I had a couple in the fourth quarter that I can't have, but those are the little things that you got to prevent from happening, especially against a team that's offensive-minded like Sacramento. They're going to get out and run. They feast off of turnovers, and that hurt us tonight.
What do you think? What can you all do to fix those turnover issues?
Just be smarter with our decision-making, not going in certain areas, getting off the ball faster, landing on two. Sometimes we jump to score or jump to pass, and now you're kind of committing, an easy turnover that could be prevented just by coming on 1-2. Just the basic stuff that we learn. Everybody's trying to make a play. Everybody's trying to be aggressive, and they're supposed to be, but we just got to be a little bit smarter. I got to fake a pass to make a pass. It's the little stuff that you learn, when you first start playing basketball that sometimes you get away from, and we got to get back to the basics.
And even beyond the turnovers, what are you kind of seeing specifically in the second half tonight where the offense just kind of slowed down and it felt like the ball was just kind of sticking at the top of the key a lot of times?
Yeah, we got to move the ball. We got to go side to side. We got to get into our actions a little bit faster, but we also got to get stops so we're not walking the ball up and having to call plays. When you get stops, the game is more free-flowing. We're able to kind of run and really use our basketball IQ and our instincts.
Trey went for 16 in the first quarter, only 5 the rest of the way.
Mm-hmm.
What are you kind of seeing from him in these moments where he's just not as involved in the offense or maybe not as aggressive? What do you think can be done to kind of fix some of that?
Yeah, I think just continuing to be aggressive in transition. Obviously, he scored 16 points, and they knew that he scored 16 points, so they was going to defend him a little different throughout the rest of the game. Tougher closeouts, more rotations on the drive once he breaks that three-point line. But we got to figure out how to get him the ball. Got to figure out how to get him the ball with space and set better screens and find him in transition and those types of things.
CJ, on that last sequence, William just decided to kind of let it play out instead of using the timeout. Is that kind of what you were expecting there, or you thought you might call the timeout?
I mean, the two highest paid players on the court touched the ball. I got the rebound. I passed it to Dejounte. We just got to do a better job of giving each other space and then executing. Got to get a shot. We didn't get a shot, so that was the tough part. But we have all the confidence in the world in DJ, all the confidence in the world in the rest of our guys to make the right play. And we got to do a better job. Willie's going to trust us down the stretch. We got to do a better job of giving him reasons to trust us.
When Yves is defending ball screens and he's pretty high up there at the level or just up there, and sometimes you find yourself in that low man spot. Just what are you focused on when you find yourself there?
Depending on the roller, like tonight, you got to meet Sabonis high or it's too late. Elbows are high. He's a great finisher. He's strong, and once he breaks that, charge circle, it's too late. You got to meet him at the dot. Sometimes you got to meet him at the free throw line, and sometimes we rotate late. But they do a really good job of flipping screens. So you might not be the tag guy. You might not be low, and then they flip the screen, and now you're right into rotation, and it happens quick, and they got rotations on the backside where guys are interchanging. There's a movement on the backside that kind of makes it difficult, so you got to have head on the swivel. You got to communicate effectively, but then you also got to know, chances are Fox or Monk are coming off a ball screen, it's going to be flipped, and they're going to get downhill going the opposite way that they're coming off. So just got to rotate better. I mean, I met him early a couple times. I picked up the foul, but it's like you got to meet him real early. He's a big player.
And just in terms of team priority, Willie talks about taking away the paint first. Is that what? I guess if you had to give up something, is it let's take away the roll first? We'll kind of close out to the three.
Yeah, I mean they shot 10 to 33 from three. Well, DeMar hits 3 threes in a row, whatever it was, which is, he don't even want to shoot threes. He's a great mid-range shooter, and historically, he's going to get to the midi. He doesn't even want to shoot threes, and he hit 3. So, we'll live with certain types of shots throughout, but what we can't have is big fella just getting layups or Fox walking to the lane getting layups, because that's when the game kind of changes. Now you got to get extra help, and they're driving and kicking for threes. But we got to protect our paint better. We got to take care of the ball better, and we got to start and finish quarters better.
And in the second half, you can kind of see that the frustration was kind of building with Dejounte on some of those turnovers, just kind of just him getting mad at just some of the decisions or just some of the lack of space. And I guess in those moments, do you kind of try to have a conversation with a guy where you see the frustration building? I guess how do you kind of handle that, kind of knowing the position you guys are in, and you don't want guys to feel like they got to do too much to kind of get you out of the hole?
Yeah, I think he understands the game. He's been in the league a long time. It's just more about the dialogue of, we got to get a shot every time. I don't care how we do it, but we got to make sure we're executing. We can't give them live turnovers, right? And throw the ball out of bounds. You give them a live turnover, Monk, Fox, they're all quick. DeMar, they're all athletic. They're going to score. So we just got to prevent the live turnovers. But outside of that, it's just about us getting more familiar with each other and continuing to have the dialogue, and then working on our spacing. And then sometimes it's getting downhill faster. Sometimes it's getting off the ball. Sometimes it's the corner guy got to cut, or the slot guy has to cut through. Sometimes it's just a communication that has to be a little bit better. And, I think we're heading in a good direction. We had some days where we could practice. We'll have another practice tomorrow. So we'll be able to continue to slowly get better.
Appreciate you.